let's go ahead and honor everybody's time and get ready and get started here. Thank you all so much for being here with us today. And it really is good to see your faces. It truly, truly is. We miss you guys. We miss the kids. It's it's just not the same. This whole year, as you well know, has been unreal. But we sent something your way, and hopefully it made it to you at your campus. We we were challenged at the beginning of this when math and reading we're sending home those take home bags, and science sent some take home bags. We really embraced that idea. Um, and for those of you I haven't had a chance to meet yet, I apologize. My name's Chris Dazer. I'm the director of the Science Discovery Ed department, and the facilities in our department include the Hands-on Science Center that sends you all the stuff that you use to teach science, all the living materials, and then we come and pick the stuff up and we do it all over again. We also have the planetarium and the Outdoor Learning Center and the Omni Room at Lady Bird Johnson. So between those facilities, we manage to provide field trips for every kid, every student in Irving ISD, from pre-K through fifth grade. So we see a lot of kids, and then all of our life skills friends come out and see us at the Outdoor Learning Center as well. They already got their virtual field trips, so we took care of them. Now it's time to take care of you guys. So if for some reason you didn't get the materials or whatever, if they and it happens, they don't make it there. If you need some more, Julie and I will be more than happy to take care of that and make sure you have what you need. Um, we appreciate you being here because this is not a mandatory professional development. There's been
There's
enough
been enough
mandatory
mandatory
everything
every
at different points of the year out of necessity. These virtual field trips were um, really put together with the teachers and the students in mind, not to give you one more thing to do and expect you to do it, but it it was intended as a gift to say, you have so much flexibility with the use of these materials. You can take grades from them. You don't have to take grades from them. You can do them together. You can send them home individually. The flexibility and the choice of use is really up to you. Um, but we tested them and we vetted them and we recorded them and built a YouTube channel, and we did a bunch of things that pushed us out of our comfort zone because we like to walk around in nature with binoculars and point at flowers and assure each other how smart we are by knowing what the name of that bug is or that bird or that tree. But none of it is as good as seeing the faces of the kids and when they're out there. So we're trying to keep that connection to our facilities by providing these materials and these opportunities. We know there's going to be glitches in them, but we thrive off feedback. We count on it as the quality control for all of our programs. So there is no point that we don't want to hear. There is no suggestion that we consider inconsequential. So please, as you use this stuff, as the kids use this stuff, please let us know what's going on, because I don't think we're ever going to fully eliminate these virtual experiences, because there's going to be they're going to fulfill the need of some child somewhere in the district at some time. So now that we kind of understand how to do this, we can build on this and also use some of the things that we learned from the creative process to affect the in-person field trips that you guys are going to return to next year. That is our prayer. That is our plan, and we're building schedules to that effect. And with having said all that, please feel free to weigh in at any time. This is a mute-free zone if you would like. And I'm going to introduce Julie Garner. If you haven't met her, she's our instructional specialist at the Outdoor Learning Center. Julie taught middle school science. She taught in elementary school, and she does a great job getting the kids safely through that Outdoor Learning Center and doing it pretty much every day once school starts, all the way from the beginning of the year through May. So I'm going to relegate the floor to her, and I hope that you enjoy these materials and that the kids enjoy them.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah, I'm Julie Garner. Your kids call me Mama Bear when they come out here. I assure them that I am the only bear that lives out here. But we're gonna jump right in. I really appreciate you being here. I'm gonna share my screen and we'll get going. Okay. Hey, let's go to the beginning. Sorry, I practiced before you guys came on and forgot to go back to the beginning. Okay. All right, so what you have here is a QR code just to the Irving ISD website, the OLC virtual website for you guys. It's easy to access. You can use this or you can just go to the Irving ISD website and look up OLC and you'll get to the page. But I wanted to show you what is available for you on the webpage. So I'm going to go through each of these, but real quick, you're going to see brain breaks and fun facts that you guys can use anytime you want. Brain breaks are stretches that are, well, I guess they're inspired by everything that lives out here, plants, animals, and it's just stretches because we sit at our computers for so long. There are fun facts, which are little videos about some of the animals, plants, or fungus that live here, and that's just what they are. They have facts about them. And then wild animal breaks are something I incorporated starting with you guys because we were sitting so long at a station at our computers that we started taking videos with our game cameras of the animals that live here. So everything that you see in all of the stations and all the brain breaks, those are pictures or videos from here. So these are animals that actually live here. And so they get to see them in action because they're videos instead of pictures. So that was fun. They're like a minute long or less. You have the teacher guide, which should have been in your tub. There's 4 tables, 1 for each station, that has, well, I'll go through that in a minute. But these are all available on the website. And then you have the videos for each of the stations. When you see the thumbnail picture, that is the link. And then there are related seesaw activities that we created if you want to use them. Of course, don't have to, but they're there if you want to. And then the student cover sheet and field guide, which you got in your kit and the kids all get in their kits, are also available online. So I made an abbreviated version of a brain break to show you. So feel free to stretch along. These stretches are inspired by our bobcat. And then the second part is what we like to see all cats doing. So if you'll stand up and grab the edge of your table, and what you're going to do is step back, keep your hands on your table, step back, and then stretch backwards and stretch out those shoulders. I have found that this really feels good after sitting in front of a computer for a while. So stretch and hold it for at least a count of 10. Stand back up and do this 3, 4, 5 times. It just feels so good. Okay, so that's the abbreviated version of the stretch. And honestly, it really, really does feel good. So you might want to try it. It feels great. Okay, and then so the fun facts and brain breaks are on the same page. And then the wild animal breaks are another page. And you'll see some of those in the abbreviated station that I'm going to show you. So you know what the kids will be going through. All right, so here's the teacher guide. So there are 4 tables, 1 for each. And it has the TEKS and the concepts that we cover, the vocabulary. The activities they're going to be doing in the virtual visit, and their OLC at home kit, the thing in their kit that goes with this particular station, and then connected books. that just suggested books I have that go along with that station, and whether you can find them in the Irving Library, the City of Irving, or the Irving ISD libraries. And like Chris said, if you have any questions, just feel free to speak up. I don't mind at all. And then you're yeah. Are you hearing me? Oh no. I don't know why I am echoing. Is it echoing for you guys? Weird. Okay. It has stopped. All right. So this is what it looks like on the website. So it says weather and wind. Station gives you the teaks. And then this picture here is the actual link if you want to watch the video. And then the seesaw activity. This link will take you straight to seesaw and to that activity. So let me show you the shortened version. It is about 10 minutes, but I want to give you a real picture of what they're going to be doing.
Welcome to the first grade weather and wind station at the Elise Walker Outdoor Learning Center. In this station, we are going to use our cloud charts. Then we're going to look at some very interesting weather days here at the Outdoor Learning Center and fill out our own today's weather chart. And then we're going to talk about wind. So I'm really glad you're with me today. Let's get started. Say hello to our friend, Squirmy the Worm. He's going to join us today. These are the things you're going to need from your OLC at home bag. The spiral paper, your field guide, your cloud chart, and the yarn. You're also going to need some scissors and some crayons for later. The first thing we're going to use is our cloud chart. This is Miss Alicia using the cloud chart. She's going to hold it up to the sky and look through the hole and decide which clouds she's seeing inside the square. Here's what it will look like for you. So you take your cloud chart and hold it up to the sky, look through the center square at the clouds that are in there, and then you're going to look at all the clouds on the outside edge and decide which one matches. And we've decided that this one is the one that goes, the cumulus clouds. So let's practice with this one. Here's a picture. Here's a picture of some clouds, and here's our cloud chart. What do you think? I decided on this one. You can look outside and see how you do. Pause the video while you look out your window or go outside to use your cloud chart. Good job. Now it's time for a wild animal break. This is an animal that lives at the OLC. He's very slow unless he's in water where he's very fast. The biggest thing that tells you what he is that tail. Do you see how broad and flat that tail is? Do you know what this animal is? He's much more comfortable in water than he is outside of the water. And here's his friend. Can you see that tail? What kind of animal is this? It's a beaver. Yes, beavers live at the Outdoor Learning Center. And now it's time to use our field guide. So get the field guide, turn it to page 9, and page 9 looks like this. Okay, so let's take our field guides and open it to page 9. You'll see that the page numbers are on the bottom of the page. So open it up and crease it open so you can write on the page. Grab your crayon or a pencil and let's get ready to write. Before I have you write on your own today's weather page, let's do some practice ones together. So we're going to look at this day at the OLC. You can see the color of the clouds. You can see how the wildlife was acting. Maybe you can hear what was happening. And we're going to go over this together. So we have to first decide if it's cold or hot. Well, let's look at the thermometer. It's stopping at about 65 degrees. The kids are jumping up and down in their raincoats, so they're able to play outside. So I'm going to say that it wasn't cold and it wasn't really hot. I'm going to put an X right in the middle of my today's weather chart. Then we have to decide, well, it's definitely raining and the cardinal's taking advantage of it and taking a bath. So it's very rainy out today, so I'm going to put an X by rainy. And that's how you do your today's weather chart. So let's try another one. Is it rainy or is it icy or snowy? It is very snowy today, so that's what we're going to choose. Now you're going to, wait a minute, there's Squirmy. He's sledding, he's having a good time in this snow. And now it's your turn to mark on your page. You need to go outside or look out your window and write on your paper about what you think about today's weather.
Pause the video now until you're finished with your today's weather chart, and then we're going to take a stretch. This stretch is inspired by our big black willow tree that we call Grandmother Willow. It stretches up to the sky, so what I'm going to ask you to do is put your hands over your head and stretch as high as you can, even get on your toes. Really stretch, and then swing to the right or left and back the other way, and then up to the sky, and then right and left, left and right, up to the sky, right and left. Must be a big windstorm if you're blowing so hard. Up to the sky again, and good. That was a great stretch. Now let's sit down and get ready for air and wind.
Air is all around us and is very important to living things. Animals, like us, need to breathe it in and out because our bodies use it. Plants also need air so they can grow and so they can make their food. You know what we call air when it moves? We call it wind. So wind is moving air.
Good job. Now it's time for a wild animal break. This wild animal lives down by the creek and depends on the air to get from one place to another because he has wings. What is this animal? Let's watch him for a little bit. He can turn his head almost all the way around. He can look over one shoulder very far and then look over the other shoulder almost all the way around. And then he's going to fly away. What is this animal? It's a screech owl. We love our wild animals.
And now we're going to make the spiral spinner. You'll need your spiral page, your yarn, some scissors, and some crayons.
So fill in all the way to the center with words that you can spell. All right, let's finish this up. And now that we're done, we're going to flip it over and we're going to use our crayons and draw a picture. You can draw a nature picture or any other type of picture of things you like to draw. Okay, we'll finish up coloring, and then when we're done, we're going to get our scissors. We're going to turn the page over, and we're going to cut the top and the bottom of the paper and cut along the spiral until you get to the end of that line. Pause now until you're finished. Okay, we finished cutting up, get to that last part of our line, and we're done with the cutting. Now we've got to poke a hole through the blue circle. But you'll need to poke something through there to make a hole. And then get the yarn from your OLC at Home kit. And now I think we're ready to take it outside and try it. Miss Alicia is demonstrating it for us, and she'll show you how you can make it move if there is no wind. I was so glad to have you with me for the weather and wind station. And I'm going to sign off on a day that is cold and cloudy, calm, and no rain or snow yet. See you next time. Okay, so that's basically what the stations are like. All right, and then this is the cover sheet that is in every bag. It shows what is in each of the stations, what's in the bag that goes with the stations. And it has these color-coded shapes so that when you're looking in your field guide, these color codes are at the top so they know those pages go together. And then on the back is a book list for them with the list of Irving ISD library availability and the City of Irving Library for each of these books. And then you guys each of your kids are going to get a flip book. There are 12 different flip books, so they're going to get one of those that is related to the interdependence or the living things together interdependent station. And if they're interested in that animal or any of these animals, there are links here where they can see videos of more about their animal. And then on the front of the field guide is a QR code. So if your kids have a question about any of the animals or anything about the whole thing, they can go to this. It's a form on a Google form. They fill it out, ask a question, and then I will answer their question by getting back to them or getting it to you, however works best with me answering their question. And if they don't have QR reader ability, there's a link here that will allow them to use the QR codes. But also with every QR code underneath it, I have written the actual website so they can just type that in if they need to. Okay, so these are all the pages of the field guide, and you can see where the color codes come in. And even when you have cutout pieces like this, even each piece is going to have a code. So when they are finished with the pieces and put them back in the bag, they can easily see which pieces go with which pages, and they can do it again. And then there are some things that aren't the paperwork, the field guide or the cover sheet, and those things are going to be, every student should have a small rock so they can make a pet rock. They should have the flip book, the spiral spinner, and the cloud chart, a bag with sandpaper in it, and a bag that has a cup, soil, and seeds so they can plant their own seeds. And then after your kids have done the field trip, if you guys will go to this link, I will actually send this out to you again as well, the survey link, and fill that out so we know how we're doing and we know how the kids reacted to it. And then we're going to take all the names of the people who have filled it out, and we're going to draw 3 names to send some OLC honey that were made by the bees that live here. So there will be a deadline as far as when, you know, the last day. I mean, you can keep taking the survey, but the names will be drawn from after a certain day, but we'll let you know what that is as well. And if you have any pictures of your kids using or doing the virtual visit, we would love to see them because we haven't seen any kids all year long. So we would love to see those. And we're really happy that you have investigated today what this is all about. Here's a raccoon that's always sniffing around and asking questions down at the creek. So what questions do you have? If you have any questions, you can type them in the chat or you can say them out loud. It is totally up to you. Oh, if you are short kits, you just need to email me and I will get you more kits as soon as I possibly can.
Are there designated dates for these virtual field trips?
Nope. It's anytime you want to do it. Yeah, they're made to be as user-friendly as possible. Oh, I meant to show you. Let me share my screen again. Forgot to show. This is the third page of the weather. It uses the same scenarios as the video does, or the station does. And so what the kids do is, okay, is it clear or cloudy? Well, it's super cloudy, so they move the arrows to where it needs to go. And then that's all they do on this one for 3 different scenes. So just to give you an idea of what they look like. Okay, looking for questions. The first grade materials that we could have translated into Spanish have been translated into Spanish, and they are also on the website. So there, yeah, I forgot about that.
How many jars of honey did you say we were going to give them?
3, unless you want to do more.
Let me see how many people came to this session. Oh, I think we need to do more than that. I think we need to up it to at least 6.
All righty then.
Yeah, we can do twice as good as that. So.
I'm happy to do that. Okay, how do we use the QR code on the laptop? Your laptop has to have a camera, and you just hold it up to the camera and it works like that. It's a little bit, it feels backwards, so it takes some getting used to, but yeah, you can do that.
We did test these QR codes on the Chromebooks that the kids that we know were sent home to kids, and the iPads, we know it works with the iPads. And the backup to both of those vehicles would be the URL being actually on there as well. We couldn't get all the same title of the flip books. That's okay, because it adds a little more variety to this. And if kids get a chance, if they want to swap with each other, I mean, I don't know if that's sanitary or not, but the idea was to get as much information in their hands as we could. And Julie, you brought up the survey, right?
Yes, I did. And I'm going to send them the direct link. The question, were the kits sent to remote students as well? Well, we don't know who's remote, but we sent you kits for your remote students. So if they are coming to pick up something at the school, they can pick up one of those. We don't have a way to get them to every remote student. Can the kids Zoom and do activities with the teacher all together? I would think so. Yeah, sure.
We tried to make this as flexible as possible so you could do it. You wouldn't even have to do every station with the kids. I mean, if there were just specific stations you wanted to do with them, you could do that. Or it could be synchronous or asynchronous. We tried to give you as much flexibility with these materials that we could. Well, those of you who are our new friends and that you haven't had a chance to come out to visit one of our facilities, our field trips are structured so that the teacher's not expected to come out and provide the instruction. The teacher is the facilitator. It gives you a chance to experience these things with your kids and puts you in a freedom position where you don't have to stand and deliver, where you can be with them and you can help them process what they're looking at and what they're seeing and what they're understanding. The truth that we hold is that many of our students don't have human mediators at home, or for various reasons. So when they have a question about the things that are growing on the trees or the flowers or what's that bug called or what's that bush called, we look at this as a big opportunity to help the kids process the outside world and just to get them outside and see some things that they don't normally get to see on a day-to-day basis. And then we schedule the field trips for you. We also schedule the buses. We pay for the buses, and we'll go through this all again as Julie and I learn it in July with whatever the transportation system is evolving into next year, and we'll get the information out to you guys. And we make it pretty painless for you, honestly. You show up with your kids and have a good time, learn some stuff, share some stuff, and create some experiences.
Yeah, as he said, we make it as easy for you out here as we can. I have, there are 4 presenters that work here, and they're the ones who take the kids around. We split them into groups, and they take them around and they do all the teaching, and you're just there to enjoy it. So, because you guys need to enjoy nature too.
Is there anything on the checklist that we forgot to talk about, Julie?
I don't think so.
Is there any additional information we can provide anybody at this time?
I don't think so, but if you have any questions about the videos or the seesaw activities or anything, just email me. Just email me. I want to help make this as easy as possible for you, just so you can have some fun with your kids. Because I can't even imagine being in your shoes this year. And we love you out here, and we want you to know it. So thank you for all you're doing.
Hey, you can brag on to your second grade comrades that you got your kits before they got theirs. We're still working on them, and we're going to be getting them to them as soon as they get out of production. We're waiting on some stuff from the print shop. But yes, you're blazing the trail for your elementary comrades. 5th grade, been there and done that, but you guys are rock stars. Thanks for coming out today after work. We appreciate you so much.
We do. And I will, this is being recorded. And so I'll make a video and I'll send that out. If you need to see it again, or if your coworkers weren't able to see it, it will go out. And I have the list of everyone who's here. So PD should come through real quick that you get credit for this. So you have any questions about that?
Okay. Well, Julie and I are going to hang out for a little bit longer, just in case anybody thinks of something at the last minute. And again, it's so wonderful to see you. And we look so forward to seeing you in person as soon as we can.
Yeah, it was our pleasure to do this for you guys.
Get your surveys in, because that honey's good. It's a highly sought after commodity.
That's true.
Quick question. I wasn't able to sign up in Strive to get signed up first, or with Edgents.
If your name is on here, I think you're still going to get credit. If you don't, within a week, let me know.
Okay.
And I'll take care of it.
We'll follow up with PD.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Where's the survey? Where's the survey?
I'm going to email it to you.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, we'll take feedback on that, on the translation also, because that was our first foray into that. And Dario helped us do that. He's awesome. And we just want to help him do a great job too. So any feedback that we can get on that, we would gladly welcome.
And teachers, we want you to know that you have been in our thoughts and our prayers this year, because we know this has been an extra hard year on you, and we really appreciate you. And we made this not as a way to give you more work, but just as something that the kids could really enjoy as they remember coming out to the Outdoor Learning Center. So we hope that the rest of your year is smooth and really great.